Hello everybody, it's time to celebrate the first 100 days of restoring my 2003 Jaguar S-Type 4.2 V8 Sport. In today's special episode I'm gonna reveal what will change on my channel, recap the key moments of around 2.5 years of work on this project, and finally see how the second coating of rust converter on the differential housing has turned out. Oh Jesus. Furthermore, I will now start with the big cleanup. I already asked you how many tools I will come across. Since today's episode is scheduled as a premiere, you still have the possibility to make a guess. And as I'm working, you may want to watch the highlights of episodes 1 up to 33. Yes. It's now been around 1 hour of work. 2 hours, or maybe 3, I lost count to be honest. It took me a few hours to get all the suspension parts, engine accessories, etc. out of the way and store them here in the rear section of the garage. Unfortunately, I lost track of some bolts and nuts and where they belong, which may turn out as a little challenge at the reassembly. So what's gonna change on this channel? First, there will be no writing in the dust anymore, and here's why. My initial intent was to feature one historical event, respectively country, related to the date of recording in each of my videos. Very soon the world turned out a lot smaller than I had expected it to be, which led to the first repetition after a few weeks already. Furthermore, I will sooner or later have to paint the differential, both subframes and also parts of the car's body itself. This shall be done in an absolutely clean environment, which would require removing all the dust not only from the surroundings but also from the car itself anyway. Now up to the highlights of episodes 35 to 67. Even though I'm a little late with this upload, I hope you are still in a festive mood and appreciate my choice of ambient music for today's entire video.
Darkness away, yeah. I'm so in love with you, purge the soul. Make love your goal. The power of love, a force from above, cleaning my soul. Flame on burn desire, love with tongues of fire, burn
voila! With lots of space gained, I can now bring my Cadillac back to life, re-attempt working on the W211 and maybe even on its little brother out there. So besides me still working on the ESTA project, of course, get ready for some non-Jaguar related content in the future. As already mentioned, the differential housing has now received its second rust converter coating, and that's how it turned out this time. I sprayed on water every half an hour or so, which resulted in rust where I don't really want to have it, but also in this powder building up at the surface. I will now clean this up and see what's underneath. It's now still a flat blue surface, even with rusty spots here and there. That's obviously where the rust converter was washed away because I was using too much water. Let's see what happens if I use water to clean this up further. That's not some crazy move now. Actually, it's recommended to clean the surface up this way. So that's now turned flat black with the rusty spots still visible. I will again use alcohol. Now let's go crazy and apply a third layer. I try to get all the rusty and bare metal spots covered up. Looks good. As always, get ready for episodes 68 to 100. Broken here and on these two positions. Oh.
This time we go sublime. Love is entwined, divine, divine. Love is danger. Love is pleasure. Love is pure, the only treasure. I'm so in love with you. Makes the soul.
That's an easy one.
Make love.
Now I should be able to remove the whole carrier as well. I was expecting my channel to reach the 1000 subscriber milestone by now, which had meant the third big change, but YouTube seemed to be kidding me over Christmas, and there's still 8 of you missing. However, this should be achieved within the next weeks, and hopefully I get accepted into the partner program, which would mean receiving a share of the revenue YouTube already earns by showing ads before at least some of my videos. Again, never blue. Here's all my toolkits I came across during cleanup. 45. Here's a few more, that's 26 altogether. Furthermore, here's a floor check, my engine hoist, 4 cascades, which came in 2 sets of 2, and another floor check, the workshop press on the other side. I have no idea if an engine stand can be considered as a tool. If that's the case, this creeper would be one as well. Also these 4 stands, which came in 2 sets of 2, as well as the 8 regular jack stands underneath the car. Oh, and actually I've forgotten the transmission jack here underneath. And also those 2 toolkits. Considering that the jack stands came in sets of 2, and one more little windshield wiper puller, this equals 89. Without all the stands and the creeper, the correct answer would be 81, so whoever is closest to 89 or 81 will be announced in my next community post and, as promised, receive a little reward. The third coat of rust converter almost dried off already, but what's that? That's a greenhouse I was delivered yesterday. Will I grow plants here in the garage? You'll see in 2022. Thanks for watching.